Hey guys, Adam here, the owner of DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's mid-morning looking forward video. It is May 27th, day after Memorial Day, and it was your typical day following a holiday. A little bit slow, more of a grind, if you were to call it, today in the markets. I think people are being a little bit slower getting back to the offices today, which is pretty common the day after a holiday. And we treated it like that. Took one trade today, and it came in the Russell. Took a long opportunity for a nice profit in the Russell, but that was it, guys. Got one trade, and that was it. So today was one of them days where we had to sit back and practice some patience and discipline. These slow markets, this thing actually was a nice slow grind to the upside. Had to be very patient and disciplined and just take our opportunities when they came. I had one no-fill, one trade, but nonetheless, another good day. What are we looking at moving forward, though? We have this support area. Now it's support. This morning we came in, we used it as resistance. I talked this morning about this 35 level here on the Russell. That's this previous swing here. I said, well, the 35, and then we got the 55s above that, and the 15s down below. That's where we mark these three levels up. So if I were to mark them up, we're looking at the 15, 35, and 24. So we opened up right here just below the 35. I said if we're able to get above the 35, we're going to look long all the way up to the 55s. Because we're just basically taking this level to level to level. We have these previous swing highs. We've been holding pretty well in the Russell, guys. It's stair-stepping its way down. So I'm going to go ahead and use them levels to my advantage looking forward. So today we opened up here as we were able to get above the 35s. It was looking long. We got a nice long opportunity above the 35s. Now what are we looking at? As long as we're able to stay above these 35s, I'm going to continue to look for it to come up and retest this next level. That's going to be the 55 here on the Russell. If we drop down below the 35, I'm going to look for it to retest the 15s. And that's as simple as that, guys. I'm going to look for just looking for previous price levels. So if we happen to pull back to the 35s, I'm going to look for long opportunities from an intraday standpoint. And if we get up towards the 55s, I'm going to look to short the 55s if it allows me to on an intraday basis. And that's pure and simple what I'm looking at here. The Russell's pretty simple. It's got all these levels that we can use to our advantage, and that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and mark up these levels. I got the 15, the 35, and the 55, all very 20 point moves in each direction, and just gives us great opportunity, and that's what we're going to look for moving forward. So that's pretty simple. The S&Ps, we'll take a look here real fast. We're at all-time highs, guys. There's one direction I will trade here. I will look for an opportunity for it to pull back if it wants to retest these 99s, or basically let's just say the 1900s, guys. We're above the 1900s now, which is it's mind-blowing to think about this, but nonetheless, we're trading up, so we're going to keep on looking for long opportunities. Any type of pullback is just going to be another buying opportunity, in my opinion. So we'll leave it at that. For any of you NASDAQ traders out there, this was just an absolute phenomenal break, guys. Beautiful break here. We had this nice resistance here with this rising support. Nice wedge, broke to the upside, and has been doing nothing but pushing. I will look for a couple pullbacks here, simply looking at about the 69s for a pullback. And then after that, we got a retest of these highs up here around the 43s. So that's what we're looking at on the NASDAQ. Dow is coming into resistance. Looks a lot like the S&P, but we do have this resistance that we got to worry about. Crude, we are in that resistance band on crudes, so be very, very cautious. We have this resistance up here on crude that we are butting our head on right now. So any type of pullback to maybe this previous swing we could look for, but I'm being very cautious. What I'm doing today on crude and moving forward on crude until we get out of this sideways resistance that we are in right now. Look at the previous days. Previous days price action. That has been very important for us in these sideways slop and chops, especially when it comes to crude. We have this previous day's action. And be very, very, very careful here moving forward. So basically going into today, we were looking at Friday's price action. We were looking to do what? We got previous day's highs, previous day's lows. We're looking to buy the lows, sell the highs. What happened today? came down towards the lows. We were looking to buy the lows. It did not give me a setup that I was comfortable with, so I wasn't able to do that. What did it do? It popped straight to the upside. We should have sold the highs. Once again, did not get a setup that I was looking for, so I wasn't able to sell them highs. But nonetheless, the concepts that we were going into today with have worked out phenomenal, guys. You see how they've worked out here? Selling the previous day's highs, buying the previous day's lows. I will continue to do that tomorrow until we can break out. If we break out of that range, I would look to go with whichever way it may be. So that's what I see on crude moving forward. And then finally the bonds here. Market's heading higher. We're looking at these bonds getting a little bit of a pullback today. Pretty typical. Very curious if we can get the bonds to actually break their support though. They've been stair-stepping their way up very nicely in a very technical way. Let's see if they can go ahead and roll over and break to the downside. If that's the case, we definitely are getting lift off to the upside with the stock index futures. If the bonds continue to chop its way higher, I think it's going to cause the stock index futures to not quite be as bullish. No matter what, though, the stock index futures just continue to get pushed higher. But if the bonds continue higher, that's going to put a little bit of strain on them stock index futures, so we're not going to see as much of a lift. But if the bonds decide to tank, look out to the upside with stock index futures. So should see a little bit more of a pop here. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Just looking forward, we're just looking at level to level to level to level. Depending on which market, we have different approaches towards it. But nonetheless, they're all pretty defined as far as our levels goes. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me, Adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.